Have you ever had the problem when you're in After Effects or Adobe Premiere and you're trying to track an object and you're just having the hardest time getting it to work? Either there's an object in the way or something else happened in the footage that you're just not able to do it. My name is Danny Matthews, and today we're going to be talking about how to manually track any footage in Adobe Premiere or After Effects. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So to kind of go over my layout, it's going to be a little bit different than yours. My timeline is down here, and then up here is going to be my project panel with all my footage, and my effects is also going to be up in here. This is the program monitor here where you can view the output. So I just want to make you guys aware of that, so when you go in here, you're not confused at what you're looking at. So first, let's go ahead and import the footage that you need to track, and go ahead and bring that footage into your timeline and adjust your sequence settings as needed. So once you're in here, you're going to want to click on the clip that you want to manually track, and you're going to come in here to your effects control, and under here you're going to go under your position and make sure to animate that. You're going to hit the stopwatch, which is going to toggle the animation, and it's going to show up with a keyframe. Just to show you what it looks like, I'm going to track just his face, so I'm going to cut it right here and right here just to give you the best results of what it's going to look like. So in this clip, go ahead and change where your keyframes are. Go ahead and add a keyframe in the beginning, and then go to your end of your clip and go ahead and add another keyframe. So come down to your timeline and make sure it's selected that it's outlined with blue. Come up to here to your menu and go to graphics and titles. Hit on new layer and go down to ellipse. Go ahead and create a graphic for you, which will be in your timeline. Next, you're going to bring this up to his face, and you're gonna pretty much shape it to what his face looks like or your object that you want to track. Next, we're gonna bring the object to where you want to have the footage at all times to be tracked. So we're gonna go ahead and put this more so like in the middle here, and then we're gonna begin by manually tracking. Go ahead and hit on your motion here, make sure this is selected and that all your keyframes are in place. And then what you're gonna do is every like 4 or 5 frames, go ahead and bring this footage over to where this graphic is at. And if you're having problems going to the next frame with your keypad, after you move it and you adjust it, go ahead and click on in where your keyframes are, and then you can go ahead and adjust with your arrow keys. Now we're on our last keyframe, so it looks like it follows the object pretty well, and we just did a couple different frames here. So go ahead and pull off your graphic and then see your results. And then after that, just make sure you scale up your footage, that way you don't have any black lines, and then you're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into After Effects to help you understand what it looks like in there. It's going to be the same exact concept, but it's just going to look a little bit different on the timeline. So once you're in After Effects, go ahead and create your new composition. Create it to your liking and whatever that looks like. For reference, my After Effects looks different than yours. This is where my timeline is with all of my editing in here. Over here is where my project window is, and my output monitor is right here. So go ahead and import your footage by hitting Command I or Control I. Once you got that, go ahead and create an ellipse object. Double click that, and what you're going to do is scale that down to fit what you need. So I do want to be clear on this. This is specifically for if you're in After Effects and you go to your window and you go to your tracker, and under your tracker you try to track the camera or the motion, and it's just not able to work for this clip, and for whatever reason it may be, that's what this is in place of, and you can do it manually. So we're going to do the same thing here, just kind of choose a selection that you need, and we're just going to do about 5 different seconds here. And what we're going to do is start by animating the position. Doing in After Effects is way easier than in Premiere because it is based off of keyframing and animation, and you can just move it around easier and all of that. So we're going to start here with the object, and we're going to pull it to where it needs to be. Move it a couple different frames, and go ahead and watch your results and make sure they're all good to go. So after you're all good to go and it lines up with your, after you watch your animation, if you need to adjust anything like in between the keyframes, you can go ahead and do that and adjust as needed for it and get it as precise as you need. And this is just a really quick way to manually have control over it. And honestly, it doesn't even take that long to actually animate this. You got to move it a couple different frames and know where you want to have your object. And you can apply this to a bunch of different methods of editing and have different things connected with this, or have some types of mask or whatever that may look like for you. This is just a really easy and quick way to manually track the object without some software messing up here and there for whatever reason it may be. If you guys are struggling with keyframing in After Effects or in Adobe Premiere, I actually created a video here that talks about After Effects basics. Go ahead and check that video out. It'll give you kind of a basic understanding of keyframing, and I'll also be creating a video in the near future going more in depth about keyframing and animation, and just really honing in on what exactly all that is. That way you guys can understand exactly how to do animation and how to animate almost anything. If you have any questions, go ahead and just leave in the comments and I'll get back to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was helpful for you. If it was, go ahead and give it a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.